Cool. Okay, this is session 3. We're back to the pattern where I can't remember sessions. Does
It's all
anybody...
right. Let me. I was gonna go run and change the AC real quick because it's fucking hot in here.
This is number 4.
Oh, cool. I'm way behind. Damn. I have
So
a
I will be right back.
I have a backlog of many videos I need to make that I just have not prioritized at all. Usually that's how I know what session we're on. I'm just failing. Um, yeah, so does anybody want to give a recap of if you remember what happened before?
Well, you did the last one, didn't you? Did you?
Yep, I sure did.
Okay. Me and my fabulous mount were riding through the temple, and we're exploring with the loot, the chests, the creatures, the ghosts, with this strange entity known as Shugaki, whatever, I don't know pronounce the name. We got Giku. There we go, Giku. And we just finished clearing 4 or 5 rooms, and we decided to come up these stairs. And as we walked into the room, tables went flying for God knows reasons, and Maricana, the arsehole, dodged and ducked out of the way, and then I got clobbered in the face by the table flying over his head, and it's knocked me onto the ground. And that is where we left off, as far as I'm aware.
I think so. I should probably give you the prone condition, huh?
Yep.
As soon as I find it. Yeah, so the tables in this room are... all of the furniture and tables are flying and smashing around. Do 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 do. Just double checking if there's anything else. Yeah. I think that pretty much describes it. I'm just gonna remember that you're prone instead of trying to find a thing. But yeah, the furniture and stuff. I think Gavrov, Daji, Giku. You see Murakana and Hypa charge into this room. Furniture starts flying. Hypa gets knocked prone off of Murakana, and that's where we're at. What would you guys like to do?
Tables and shit are still flying around.
Yep.
Cool. I'm going to use. Wait, could I move hyper? How much strength do I? 12. I have 8 strength, I think, with enfeebled 4. So
I think you can drag him out. He's small.
so yeah, I probably couldn't grab Maricana out, but hyper should be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna say because he's a size smaller than you, you can do that. I don't want to.
Maricana's is still standing. He's fine. He's dodging.
Oh yeah, he's a fucking he's a barbarian. He's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's just like whatever.
Well, you're dodging
How
shit for
mildly
now.
inconvenient.
You get the impression you're gonna have to keep dodging stuff.
Okay, can I duck into the kitchen?
Yeah, you can.
Stay there.
Yep.
Put your apron on.
Make me a sandwich.
So
I'm gonna stuff it down your throat.
I'd like to see that, a barbarian cooking show.
That would actually be pretty entertaining. And
Isn't-
now we take the head and squish it into a nice jelly.
I mean, don't Gordon Ramsay and Guy Fieri both count as barbarians for all intents and purposes?
Yes, but one's verbal and the other one's, well, Jesus.
The other
Have you
one's
seen
just-
the difference between his child show and his adult show?
Oh, Ramsey. Yeah, he's like fucking
Yeah,
nice as in the child one. But
Yeah, it's glorious.
though, to be fair, that'd be pretty bad television if he started screaming at kids on TV. So, you know.
This hawks up the kid. What the fuck is this? I wouldn't even feed this to my dog.
You call this a goddamn pancake? I tried to make Mickey Mouse. Anyway, okay, so Marcana, you duck in the room. Dodgy, you dragged Hypa out.
Yeah.
Hypa, are you going back in the room, or are you remaining dragged out?
No, I
No, you have to escape my
I,
grapple.
when I talk, because it's my push to talk button is 2, so it makes my character move down if I'm on the game. Like
Your push to talk button is 2. That's an interesting one, and on the numpad no less. I'm not. I'm gonna talk about that later. Um, and you rolled a 2.
Yes. A -2.
There's 2s everywhere. Okay. Why are you running
So
an athletics check?
I just wanted to see how well I drag Hyper out the room.
Oh, okay. So Marcana, you've ducked into this basically very bare bones kitchen. There is a storage pantry to the north of you. For everybody, the tables, benches, and stuff are still uh, moving themselves around the main room. It seems like ducked behind the wall, you're safe, and it doesn't seem to be launching anything out of this room.
just from my own want, I'm just still laying on the ground, just looking at Daiji pathetically drag me. I'm just want to turn to Giku. Do you have any idea why these tables and chairs are flying? You've got some understanding for this area. You've got some knowledge in these monks. Can you identify why?
I don't know. I already got bludgeoned by one too.
Do you reckon? Do you notice any symbols or anything that would help us work out why this crap's happening?
Symbols. What would I roll to look for symbols?
Um, so if you're looking for a symbol in the room, or you're trying to recall, because I think a bunch of the other rooms you used Iroran. This is a Temple of Irori. You used Iroran rituals and symbols um, to stop stuff. At this point, I would say it's not necessarily something you'd have to roll for, but like if you wanted to try to conduct some sort of Iroran prayer or ritual, that might work here. If you're looking for a symbol in the room, that would be a perception check, depending on which one you were talking about.
Yeah, I was like looking for something that might be like out of place.
Everything in this room is out of place
Well, I
right
meant
now.
like something that's not like that would be in a whatever
Yeah, as you guys
temple.
watch the furniture fly around, I think the one thing that you would all notice after a while is there are very faint ghostly figures that look like they're fighting, and some of the furniture looks like it's moving in response to that fight. Some of the furniture is also aggressively targeting anybody who comes into the room, such as Murakana Hypa or Giku when you came in here before everyone was here.
I'm not sure what to do.
Well, if you're not sure, I got an idea.
I got an idea as well. Would I know anything? Can I roll occultism to like try to figure out what's up with the ghosts
Um, sure, if you
or
want to.
religion? Yeah,
Yeah, religion or occultism.
because I'm not very good at occultism. Uh, apparently not very good at religion either.
26. Yeah,
Well,
go ahead.
seeing Daiji struggle, I'm pretty sure I'm an amazing person in this field. Let me try Daiji.
Okay. Oh shit! There you go.
Oh,
And
it's like much
you
better.
you think really hard and go, actually, nope, you guys got this. Yeah, no, the 26, 29. You try to think if you've heard of anything about ghosts or spirits throwing furniture around in a temple, and you're just, maybe due to the hit on the head, maybe due to the weirdness, you're just not able to come up with anything. As you guys are racking your brains trying to figure out what's going on, all of the furniture kind of clatters to a rest. Tables thumping, wooden plates kind of just bouncing off the wall, and everything just kind of settles, and everything in the room is still.
Well then.
I guess it just doesn't like anyone in the room.
Yeah. Is there anything in there, Morgana, or is it like the kitchen's no good?
Mercado!
Can I duck into the pantry?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yep. Yep.
Okay. I've been pressed. Is my button not working? I've been trying to talk for like 5 minutes.
No,
No,
we haven't heard anything.
we haven't heard a thing.
Okay. Well, that's really weird. Okay, I think I figured it out. So I don't know why, but whenever my cat's sitting on my lap, my button doesn't work.
I'm not going to comment right now.
That's. No, I think it's because I've got a joystick port that's on the seat, and I think the static when he's sitting on top of me is setting it off. I don't know. I should probably disable that. Anyways, I'm going into the pantry.
Okay. You're just rooting
And then
around.
I'm going to root around with, what do I use, perception or?
I mean, you can,
What would
if you're
that be?
going to just look in all the barrels and stuff, I can just tell you what's there.
Okay, I'm going to look for anything that looks like it shouldn't be there.
So interesting notes here. First off, so the kitchen area is actually impeccably clean. The pantry is boxes and barrels. As you rummage through them, you find a variety of things, and I'll add these to party loot in a second. But there is a moderate potion of fire resistance in a spherical glass vial. There is a decanter of endless water and greater holy prayer beads. And a lot of rotten food.
Prayer beads.
Let me
Canter of endless water. Ooh, that's going to be a.
Wait,
I'm
didn't
going
we
to
already have
MacGyver
an
that into
alchemy
a
jug?
weapon.
I mean, that'll be pretty
Yeah.
handy either way, so.
let me
Just thinking, like, there's things you could do with both endless water and alchemy jug, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but you guys
I'm
had
assuming
the
we still have
alchemy
an
jug.
alchemy jug.
That's a I don't
Oh,
know if
that's
that
Gales.
yeah.
That's
That is
alright, I can do something with it. We're gonna get unlimited booze. I'll siphon my piss all next week for us. We'll be drunk by next week.
hey,
Why would we want to drink your pee?
a moderate potion of
You
fire
drink,
resistance.
you drink what I give you.
I'm adding this
Incorrect.
stuff to the party loot sheet real quick. Decanter. Decanter of endless water. That how much is endless? A gallon per
I,
round? Holy crap.
That's a lot of water.
damn.
Oh wow, this does some stuff.
Yeah.
Dropping that in party loot, y'all might want to open that and look at it because that thing does some things. Makes the
Alright,
alchemy jug look pathetic by comparison. Greater holy prayer beads. Uh-oh. Prayer beads?
that
That's a bit ridiculous. Speak geyser and start shooting water at 15 gallons per round.
can't tell of endless water.
Okay, you know.
Oh,
Actually worth a
man.
good amount of money.
Yeah. Holy prayer beads are kind of nuts, too. These are... this is not Dungeons and Dragons magic items. This is, like, real unleaded magic items right here.
Ones that we'll use.
Yeah,
And just
Jesus.
not leave in a bag and forget about them.
Yeah, these things are nuts. Nice.
Okay, you cast fourth level versions of Bless, Heal, Divine Wraith, Neutralize Poison, Remove Disease once per day.
Each once. That's nuts.
Well, there you go.
And I think anyone can use them, right? Like, Oh,
You
yeah, you need
have
to
to
be
have a
divine
spell.
caster.
You have to be a divine caster. Do we have any divine
No.
casters?
Yeah, me, technically. I mean, she's an oracle, so she
So
can
it's not.
cast occult and divine.
It's not just supplication anymore.
Well, she doesn't get her powers from a god, because most of her spells are occult. But
Whenever you cast a divine spell from your own spell slots while holding the divine beads, you recover 1d4 HP as well. So if you ever cast a divine spell, you heal yourself for 1d4 while just holding them.
not really.
Yeah, don't read it.
That's what. Oh, right. I clicked off it because I was looking at the decanter.
Whenever you cast the divine spells, I don't know how many divine
Oh,
spells you
are
have.
A
you
lot.
evil, Dodgy?
Yes.
They don't function or
God damn it!
transform for an
Fuck you.
evil spellcaster.
Damn it!
Somebody's gonna have to dip a class in something that can cast spells and they aren't evil. Oh,
Wanderer,
What are
you're a
monks?
priest, aren't you?
Are monks
No.
technically Wanderer? You gotta, sorry, Garov. You gotta learn how to be a priest.
Oh, that's right. You're allowed around schools and things like that, so you're probably not a
Does
priest.
that mean I can drown you in some water?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Actually,
Then I'll do it.
no,
You can baptize Hyper
the
and then
decanter of
baptize him for too
endless
long.
water. I think one round of it is enough to drown me.
Well, it's 15 gallons. Like, that's a fuckload of water.
so I think at this point you guys are maybe one or two magic items away from just becoming a traveling charismatic Christian cult as opposed to a fighting party. You can make baptismal pools. You got the holy hair prayer beads. All you need now is a magic
Oh,
book, and you'll be good to go.
sweet. And a burning bush, I think.
Charismatic
Actually, we can do
Christians.
that
Doesn't
already.
doesn't
Total
Gold
Old Testament.
doesn't a hype already have one of those?
A burning bush?
Yeah,
Uh,
probably.
What's this?
With all
Yeah,
the crap that he eats and dips in.
Yeah.
What?
We're saying you have a burning bush.
No.
Do you get it, Hyper? Hyper, do you get it?
I lost all my head alchemy failures long time ago.
Rip.
No hair, no crabs.
Anyway,
Moving
Alrighty
along.
then.
I'm meditating, so you guys might want to poke around or something.
I'm not going in there. There's tables flying around.
Well, it's still
Yeah,
now.
that's why I'm
no
meditating.
problem.
Because I can't do anything about that.
Americana's looting the
I'm
whole
gonna
place.
rummage around in the kitchen, so
Does it?
It's incredibly clean and organized. There are a few knives, lots of wooden plates and cups, a table to prepare food on. Nothing of particular interest, unless you want to cook some food. It is
Just out of
perfectly clean for that.
out of curiosity,
Yeah.
is a monk considered a divine caster? Because they do get spells if they spec into them properly.
You would have to be able to cast divine spells. So I don't know if Kiku can do that or not.
Giku, as she currently is, cannot. I don't think.
Yeah.
She technically has arcane spells, somehow. Because wholeness of body and things like that are arcane. And necromancy.
I'm looking at her spell list, and I don't think.
What was that ability she learnt from the monks earlier as well?
She has the ability to take a feat later, and that is Wronged Monk's Wrath, I believe. It was so there was the abbot monk that you guys ran into by dispersing the monk instead of mucking about other ways. It gives the ability to learn that feat, which would be trying to find it right now somewhere in this book. Tells you can learn it, but then it's like in the back of the book somewhere. Wronged Monk's Wrath, Focus 5. Unleash your ki as a powerful storm of force, light, and lightning, dealing 2d6 force and 2d6 electric damage. If you do 2 actions, it gets bigger and does more damage. If you use 3 actions, it gets even bigger and does even more damage, and you can heighten it. So it's a you can learn it as a feat from when you get a feat.
Yeah, okay. think that recovers everything that we've randomly stumbled across. Americano, what are you finding in there? Anything useful?
Jack shit.
If you get some food, I wouldn't mind.
Oh yeah, defeat just gives you the defeat gives you the spell. So yeah, sorry, flipping through pages. By dispersing the monk, you get access to the feat, which gives you the spell. Hopefully that makes some sense. So, Giku, it would basically on your spells list, it would give you another focus spell that is that spell if you were to take that as a feat in the future.
And what is it? What does it come under? Arcane or divine?
Oh, well, she doesn't have a casting list. That's the thing. She's not an arcane or divine caster. She just has abilities or spells that are
Damn.
yeah.
I'm
Like
trying to get around this.
somebody would have to dip into a class that gives you arcane casting as like a class feature. I don't think she counts as a or divine casting. I don't think she's a divine caster. She's a monk that has some divine focus spells.
Yeah, not even that. They're arcane technically.
Yeah. Yeah, so you need to get access to a spell list.
Yep. So basically, the easiest way to do that would pretty much be multi-class into.
Cleric
Yeah, pretty much
or
cleric, paladin,
yeah.
maybe. Oh
Champion.
Yeah,
no,
but
no, paladin you need charisma. Champion you need charisma.
I'm evil, so I can't.
Yep.
Wanderer could, funnily enough. She'd actually
Well,
be very good at champion.
we can worry about that when you guys get a level up.
Wait, she is a champion. I think. Is she?
I don't
I think
know.
she
Maybe.
multi-class. No? Yeah, you got. I'm just having a look.
She ain't got no spells, so we can
Yeah, never mind.
we
All good.
can figure that
All
out
right.
when a level up happens. If somebody wants to dip to be able to use prayer beads, yeah, you could also sell them or something.
Yeah, then buy the unholy version.
Sure.
It's even the worst one.
Maybe we can corrupt them, Daiji.
Not in the way that you want to.
I have my ways.
No.
If you do, I'll command you to sit on your head.
Do it anyway.
I could, but I'm refocusing at the moment. So.
Hey, guys, uh,
Ah,
that little goblin thing running
How's the
over here.
kitchen so clean anyway? Ask the little goblin thing what's going on.
yeah. What's the go?
I'm
What's
not
the
a.
go? You been
I'm,
cleaning it?
yeah, I use a little spell I know to keep the kitchen clean, but I don't go in the dining room because one of those tables hits me and that's the end. I'm not a goblin though. I mean that's a goblin, and it points at Hypa.
Yeah.
Look, I don't mean to
Little critter.
insult you, but you look very close to what I would jizz out into a sack.
Wow.
Hyper.
What the?
Gross.
Do you need to be sent to the corner again?
He needs to be kept on a leash and tied up in the corner.
Yeah. Just so lucky I'm out of low level spells.
And Amatar just steps a little bit further away from Hypa after that comment, not wanting to, just not wanting to be too close.
Don't worry, there's a reason why he's probably the more expendable, I suppose, of my hired assistants.
And Amatar says, "So I think
I am the only useful assistant you've ever had.
Well, the only one that I brought on this trip. The rest I can't really afford to lose right now.
yeah, I think that room it only activates a couple of times a day. I don't know why, but it's probably safe for you to come back out now, but if you go back in later, it might get all angry again, and I don't really understand it, but there's a lot of creepy stuff in this place that I don't really understand. I just try to keep things clean.
That's fair. A worthy enough goal to keep order in this place.
Well, if we're gonna leave this place, and we don't really need to enter here, we've got the treasure to the
Yeah.
south.
Would 10 minutes have passed since everyone else exploring that room?
I mean, do y'all wait 10 minutes?
Well, I assumed it was happening while Americana was going inside the, thing and like poking around and stuff.
Sure,
My
you're
elixir.
refocused.
Huzzah!
All right. So the problem is I have to remove my elixir of minor life then, because that's only 10-minute bulb. You asshole.
Wait, your elixir of life gives you a buff? I thought it's a healing potion.
It gives you 1 to disease resistance.
Oh, well. Don't worry, I have removed disease if you ever get that somehow.
Americana. It looks like they're heading over to explore the rest of the temple.
Bye,
Fantastic.
Americana. No, kidding.
I am just going to sprint through the room.
He said he was safe.
Yeah, nothing happens.
Yeah,
Nah,
but
it's
I don't think Americana trusts the room.
Well, I can't teleport other people, unfortunately. I can only teleport myself. And even that only when I'm in a dark room.
As I walk up to the group as I'm catching up, I just nudge Daiji in the leg.
Wow.
Eh.
Rude.
Speak. You might get information from this inaugural. I don't know how to pronounce it.
What?
Ingdani?
Get information from boobies.
Oh, dear God.
As he just kind of walks off.
It's just like anti-charisma. Can I just like make your charisma score like the
Negative.
inverse of what it is? Just like, yeah, like negative whatever. So yeah, as you guys come back into this space where you fought the Ketoblepas, which is just a fun thing. Ketoblepas, I don't know how you say it. It's a fun thing to say. So moving through this sand, just as a reminder, it's like deep, loose sand. So this is difficult terrain. There are the features.
Aha,
Oh yeah, you're floating because you're special. So the features of this room, Murakana, you can see this. Anybody else who gets to the middle of the room. So to the north, you can see a short hallway that leads to what looks like a overgrown garden area. To the south, there is a tree in a. It looks like a tree of some sort of importance, enough so that they built a room around it. And then on the far side of the room, the eastern side of the room, and Giku, this is that's I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna say you came in from the south entrance on the other side. But so on the far east side of this space, there is a shrine, and you can see that it has tarnished bells and frayed ribbons and crumbling wooden beams with a pagoda above, all around a massive stone statue of an old man. There's a couple of steps leading up to the statue, and the statue itself depicts a smiling old man seated in a cross-legged position holding a staff. There's a pair of braziers on either side of the steps, and there's lots of prayer paraphernalia scattered around the statue. You can just make out that the wall to the north of that statue looks like it was broken, probably how that horrible Catoblepas got in here.
Well, I guess we could either check out the tree or draw attention to that big ass thingo. Statue, dude. What do you think? Tree or.
Trey.
Fair enough.
The alcoholic has spoken.
So
How high is that ledge?
as you get down to the entrance to the room with the tree in it, so there's a large eucalyptus tree standing in the center of the chamber, reaching up through a square window in the ceiling. That's stupid. There's just no ceiling. There's just whatever. It's an open air room. Sorry, I'm reading the description and it made me angry. A large and colorful eucalyptus tree stands at the center of this chamber, reaching toward the sky through a square window in the ceiling, i.e., there's no ceiling. There's an old skeleton lying slumped against the base of the tree. The bones are spotted with fallen petals and multicolored bark. Amid the bark scraps lies a single silver feather.
So as walking up to it and noticing it's a eucalyptus tree, naturally I've had to roll a nature check because I'm scared for my life. There could be drop bears in that tree.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
eucalyptus tree, so you can just
it sounds like a Digloptida. That's a northern hemisphere eucalyptus, so there wouldn't be drop dares in it.
Don't you dare you use real life logic on me, Wonder. They could be in there.
So you're doing a nature check to figure out if there are drop bears present.
They're a dangerous and real thing. I'll have you Americans know that they plague Australia.
True.
Drop bears.
You're really not sure if there's drop bears here. You're in a strange new land.
Oh no! Watch out, Americana. They'll get you.
Yep, they'll jump down from the trees and smear Vegemite all over your ears.
Oh God.
You know all that.
Well, that's the only thing they smear on me.
Well, it's definitely not peanut butter.
Damn. I'm afraid of drop bears.
I mean, if you're trying to actually find if there are drop bears, you'd probably want to roll perception, not nature.
I was just trying to see if I would like see anything unusual, but
Well, there's the skeleton. That's
so it's not
unusual.
that one. Yeah. What is odd about this room?
I don't know, but I'm worried about drop bears.
So I'll ask him, what is odd about this place? Every fucking thing.
ability.
So I'm just
Well,
reading
you're
something real quick here. Okay. Yep. Wow, you're percepting.
Anything like that looks like traps or
So
some reason as to why this guy.
I'm just gonna say, with my heightened sense and fear and over anxiety of drop bears, I've identified the room pretty well.
so I mean, features that stand out in this room are the tree, the corpse resting against the tree, and the silver feather lying in the corpse's lap.
That's not a trap at all.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Hyper, you should go grab it.
All right, let's do this. I'm gonna walk in this room all stealth like I am like a ninja.
The corpse should be put to rest.
So thing is, I'm talking. I'm not into movie. God damn it, Joshua!
Have you thought of changing your push to talk button to a button that's not a standard movement key?
And this is standard hyper movements though, like not
Yeah.
having normal keyboards.
No, it's my mouse like button like 7, which is 2 on my numpad for binding, which normally
What?
nothing uses numpad bindings.
You're weird. Okay.
Yeah.
There is.
Because 4, 8, 6, and 2 are literally directional arrow movement. So
Yes, but most things don't use those directional movements at all in games.
most things
What?
in games that you don't play.
Yeah. He plays a lot of Call of Duty, so
Well, that's not a game.
yeah.
Anyway,
So
like,
you're
you
trying
have
to
roll my
Yeah, I
you
do
have to roll
roll
my
your
stealth check. Yeah, so I want to move in stealth like
Let me.
And I
Oh,
don't
okay. Hold on. I have to switch this to a private.
private.
No, self
Yeah.
roll. I want it to be a self roll because I don't want you to see it. Roll. Dun dun dun.
That's mysterious.
That's cool. I love that effect. Okay, so you're trying to stealth. As you enter the room, a spirit rises from the bones. It appears to be a youngish, well, not youngish, but like, let's say a mid-20s woman dressed in a monk's kind of fancy monk's regalia. And as she rises, she doesn't notice you as much, Hypa, but she does notice, the pile of people in the hallway directly behind. Well, she does notice you. It's broad daylight. You're right there. I mean, you're sneaky, but you're still like standing in broad daylight. So she rises from her bones, and seeing all of you, she says, "I'm so sorry. Forgive me. I didn't realize it was a stupid mistake. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done this."
Done what?
Okay.
The temple, the monks, I thought that we had the right path, and it was wrong. We killed our friends. I killed the abbot. It wasn't right. It wasn't right. But maybe now
So you
there's no
broke
other
the law.
path. Go ahead.
Sorry, I said so you broke the law, did you? You betrayed the trust of your allies.
And as you say that, she seems like she was starting to get a little agitated. And as you say that, she looks at you and just starts crying to herself. In response to your comment.
Is it possible to hug a spirit?
Why would you want to hug a traitor?
Because he wants to go to the next level as fast as he can, as quick as he
No.
can.
I just thwack Hyper right on top of the head. Shush you.
So you want to try and comfort her?
I will comfort her. She'll probably end horribly.
Pick a social skill of your choice.
Oh god.
I don't really care. It says a couple, but I don't care which one, right? So like options here. Where the hell are proficiencies? Why can I
Wait,
never get it
Rakan
right?
has not terrible.
So I think the well, not intimidation because that would be dumb, but like
I'm assuming like
there's deception.
diplomacy.
You did say a one of his choice, and his character is very.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, diplomacy would be a valid option. Like you're just trying to comfort her, and calm her down. So yeah, if you want to do it,
Why will it not let me? Oh,
Click the-
that's for initiative.
click the what?
Sorry. I tried to roll initiative on diplomacy.
Okay.
It's been a long day.
Hey, I got
I
my 10,000 steps in today, so I had a good day.
Well, that is fantastic. I'm going to roll on stealth.
You gonna roll on stealth? You
Sure.
can't.
Sure, he knows where you are.
Speaking a good day. I woke up and Wanderer fed me as soon as I woke up out of bed at 8 a.m. in the morning. Brownies.
Well, it was leftover brownies. You had to eat them. Otherwise, they're going to be bad.
So you. Oh hey, haha. There you go. There's the monk. There's a token for. So you try to comfort her, and as you kind of walk forward, getting closer, she looks at you, and her whole demeanor changes, and she seems to get much more aggressive and angry, and she says, "No, no, I will finish this. You're here, and you're not one of the monks, so I need to finish this."
Oh god.
Does anybody?
Or
So this is what happens when you walk in the room, your pants fall down, Americana. You're making her angry.
Can I try diplomacy roll or something?
How are you gonna?
You could fix this.
Okay, so you failed your diplomacy roll basically, Murakana. So Dodgy, how do you want to try and approach this? Yeah, you can roll it, but I want to know how you're trying to approach it.
I would try to say, you've already betrayed your friends once. Must you betray them again and again? When does it stop?
Yeah, and go ahead and roll just to see.
Sorry. There we go.
Ooh. Oh, you're even better.
Hey, charisma focus character.
Yeah. And seeing Murakana, realizing that she was getting ready to attack yet another person, hearing your words, Dodgy. She just deflates a bit and just kind of wanders over. The spirit wanders and just kind of huddles in the back of the room, muttering to herself.
Giku,
Yeah,
can you, Giku, can you possibly put these bones to rest? See if we can dissipate this ghost so we can get this feather. If we touch the feather, I think it's going to go crazy, so we're going to have to leave it. But if we maybe put these bones to rest with the other monks, maybe something might good come of this. What do you guys reckon?
I suppose. Meanwhile, you do that, I go and talk to the ghost, I guess. Approach her. Does her demeanor change as I approach her, or is she just like still
she's kind of doing that thing where she's when somebody's like sitting. So she's sitting down, kind of head between her knees, like you're not even sure she notices you, and she's just as you get closer, you hear her muttering to herself. She's swinging back and forth between begging for forgiveness and then working herself up into a rage about how everything was wrong. She has to finish the pathway she's on, and then she'll start sobbing to herself again about all of her friends that are dead. Just kind of like swinging back and forth between these. So she doesn't notice you come up, basically.
Yeah, fair enough. I think I'll leave that well enough alone then. So I don't think she's the sort to be comforting right now, especially to someone like that. Um, yeah, so I guess we just bury the bones, yeah, or something.
I think if we try that, she might find peace.
Yeah, give it a shot. Alas, I don't have much strength, and I don't have a shovel, so
I was thinking me more. Americana does the lifting again. We got him with, and Giku can do the ceremony a second time.
Seriously, hold on. Jesus Christ. Hold on. Okay. I don't know if I can change the default controls, but I know there's a if you
I think that's annoying.
you can change the controls and settings if you want to. I would say either change the fucking controls or change your key binding because it's gonna drive me nuts. Sorry. Oh no, I didn't follow any of this. That's okay.
Hmm?
Yeah. So you were recommending Murakana pick up the bones and take them out?
seems like a plan.
Do you do that, Murakana? Is your cat sitting on your lap and not making your button work again?
Pretty much. Let me just
Just
kick him off. He's gone.
just get rid of the cat. That's the easy thing.
Yeah.
Okay, where do you want to bury the bones?
I'm assuming with her friends.
Okay.
Anyone? Anyone object?
No, that's a great idea.
I'm just keeping an eye on the ghost in case she goes crazy.
All right. Dig, 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 dig. Diggity, dig, dag. Dig, dug.
So I'll say
Oh
about
god, he's found a green fire creature that's coming up out of the diggy dog hole. You gotta explode it with air, Americana.
Tiamat has risen from the courtyard. No. Um.
Yeah.
No. So I'll say about half an hour later, you're just by yourself digging a grave. And that takes a while. I don't know if anybody else has ever tried to dig.
Well, yeah, it's a fucking 6 foot deep hole,
Well,
so
it doesn't
yeah.
have to be 6 feet, but like if you even dug a 2 foot deep hole that's that size, it takes a little while. So while Murakana's digging that, you don't notice any change. I'm assuming Dodgy, you're watching the ghost. You don't notice any real change in behavior. It's almost like she's just stuck in this loop. Which, being a spirit, makes an odd amount of sense. Does anybody want to do anything else while Murakana is digging the grave?
Uh,
Oh, I was gonna do the whatever ritual thing. I was pushing the wrong talk button.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Iroran ritual for a funeral, basically.
Yeah.
Cool.
Does she need to go do that by the corpse, or does she do it where the place of the deceased? I can't remember. I think it was over at the corpse, wasn't it?
I'm not particularly bothered if you're helping Murakana do that. That's fine. Um, the remembering to move tokens in the VTT is always fun. Okay. So yeah, after about 30 minutes, you get the corpse. Not in a 6-foot grave, but in a decent enough grave. Um, you've got the silver feather because it was sitting on the corpse's lap. Ooh, I get to go to the quest log and check off. Somehow we have 3 silver feathers. Cool, that's 3 silver feathers. I don't know how you have 3, but you have 3. And you bury the corpse. The spirit, Daji, you notice at one point the spirit kind of just calms down and seems to. She stops swaying between these rage and guilt states and just kind of passes into a very neutral setting, and she looks up and looks around and sees you. Doesn't really react. Like the spirit's still here, but it is not acting as mercurial as it was before.
How do you feel?
She turns and looks at you and says, "Oh, I did a really bad thing. I guess it doesn't matter anymore."
Rarely does. Well, what was it that happened here?
I I became convinced that the abbot's way of training us and teaching us was wrong. And I think I was confused, but we were we were getting so good physically at pushing ourselves to the limit, but every time I would talk to the abbot about how to you know ascend higher in my training, she always told me it's all about finding the balance, and some of us just grasped on to the physical side of things, and then we tried to overthrow the abbot. I mean, obviously, in hindsight now, that doesn't really make sense. That's not what Irori ever taught anybody. You had to balance the mind and the body and all of your passions with everything to control them, but I guess we were just too stupid. So we fought, and I led an uprising here, I guess, and we all killed each other.
Seeking power in itself is not usually a poor thing. It's only when you fail in such an approach is it bad.
And she looks at you, and I think you have a symbol of Asmodeus on you, right? Like on your
Yeah,
chest.
her armor is like, yeah.
And she says, "I appreciate that perspective. You're a follower of Asmodeus, and that's certainly what he teaches. Maybe I should have been a follower of Asmodeus in my life. Perhaps I chose the wrong god to follow and the wrong path to try and become a master of."
Hmm. There are a great many who could probably benefit from his wisdom, I think.
And she seems, if I'm not, I don't know if I'm role playing it well, but she's very detached. Like at this point, everything is kind of like,
Yeah, she seems pretty
yeah,
spaced. It's like, yeah,
she's
well,
she's completely even keel at this point. Just kind of remembering and telling you what happened. Um,
yeah, fair enough. Cool. Um, Very well. I suppose let's be off to conquer the rest of this temple. Be well.
She, because I think I can
think that's about
only
as nice
be
as she
what
can
I
be.
am now. Pharasma will be coming by soon. Don't worry.
Yeah. Um. Hey, big
Well,
statue.
that's
Oh, God.
that's a sad story.
Yeah. Uprisings happen all the time. Heck, the city that we were in had quite a few. That royal family is not the most enduring line.
Okay, let's get this room. Garden.
But but to kill Daiji without even getting paid, that's just miserable.
Well, sometimes there are different forms of currency besides just, money.
So, no, go ahead. Sorry.
I can't comprehend that. I'm sorry. Just make sure I'm paid. That's all I ask.
Uh, I cast Charitable Urge on Hyper.
Uh,
Better roll your will save, buddy.
What is this?
he's
Roll your will
casting a
save and
spell
find
on
out.
you.
Oh my god! All right, let's see.
You're great at will saves.
Fuck, I'm going to give you something as well. I am going to
You're gonna
donate.
give me will saves? That'll be good.
I'm going to donate something that you're not going to be.
I'll be right back while you guys sort this one out.
Oh, one from a crit fail. Disappointing. Sweet. You have to give the nearest person an item, so it can be either me or Gavrov.
I'm going to give Gavrov out of spite.
What am I getting?
But no, Harper disappeared.
I'm talking.
Oh.
Oh my god, why don't you just change that to a normal key binding?
I cannot
Jesus.
find the thing. How do I give items to Wanderer?
I guess you drag it into party loot, and then Wander takes it from there, or something. I don't know.
Dragged elixir of minor life into consumables in the party loot. Can you put into your character, Wanderer?
Where is that?
It's in the party loot tab.
Elixir of life, mana?
Yep.
Yeah.
Although, to be honest, you probably could do with the other potions as well. It wouldn't hurt.
Drag it. That's how I drag it into your consumable items box. I think.
So, did you kill each other while I was gone?
We tried.
We sure did.
No, I got a way out of it. I didn't have to give him shit. It's a charitable urge, so it's
Yeah,
closer.
it's the nearest item. Nearest
I was closer to Wanderer in my opinion, so I gave Wanderer an item.
person. That's fine. It means you don't
Did
have
you get it?
Yeah, I got it.
So,
What's
yeah, Wanderer's got a minor life of elixir potion.
Mine.
Oh,
An elixir of life, yeah.
life of elixir. I have a life of elixir.
Minor life of elixir of life. I don't know something.
Elixir of laughs? What?
Oh,
That's probably a thing, to be honest.
I'm
that
just
probably is.
making fun of accents now. Okay. The description of this room, just to give it to you before anything else happens. So there's a large garden plot taking up most of this roofless enclosure. All of these places are roofless. Why do they? Oh, Jesus. Sorry. I need to make my inner dialogue, not outer. There's a large garden plot in this walled-in area. The soil appears dry, and what little plant life remains is dead and wilted. You do notice some of the overgrown bushes and weeds seem to have a lot of insects on them of some sort.
Wait, which, sorry?
I said some. So there's a couple of bushes in there. You notice that a
Yep.
couple of the bushes seem to have a lot of bugs on them.
Mm. Bugs, eh? Um,
I wonder if they're hostile.
Possibly. Well, that was a horrible perception check. I see trees.
How big are these bugs we talking on these things? Like, what are we?
It's more that a couple of the bushes seem to have colonies infesting them. You get the impression if you go into the bushes or disturb them at all, you might disturb bugs.
I'm gonna walk forward with my finesse and just try to pick one of them out of the bush, just softly.
Um, make a thievery check to see if you can disturb them without disturbing them. That was a good sentence. You're trying to grab one without annoying all of them. I think you try to reach in, and at least on the bushes on your side of the room, Hyper, uh, swarms of these little, you recognize them now as ticks, take offense at that and are going to respond to you. And by respond, I mean they are going to attack you.
Outstanding.
So I need to go here, and I need to add everybody to the combat tracker. Nope, that was the wrong button. That button. And go ahead and roll initiative as these tick swarms start to emerge from the bushes at you. So many windows. Damn it, die. Get out of my way. Oh. Ooh, that's fun. Arcana, roll.
Yes, Captain.
Roll your initiative, your last one. Yay!
Woo!
You rolled. I don't care about music for this fight. Okay, boom. Murakana, you are up. There are tick swarms coming at Hyper and Gavrov.
All right. So that's all. That's it. Just two tick swarms.
Seems like it. At least for now.
Yep.
All right. I guess I will step here. Right there.
Bum, ba,
And let's see what do I
ba.
get.
You found another tick
Um,
swarm. Carry on.
Get them off. Get them off. Get them off. All right, I
Oh,
was going through
Jesus.
my attack list. Where is it? Where is it?
What are you trying to do?
I guarantee he's trying to do dragon breath. I can feel it.
Yes, yes. I'm dragging breath in that entire line.
Do you get that? Do you have to be raging for that?
Nope, it's a spell. If I remember right. It is
Ah,
arcane. Sorcerer evocation. I can use it once a day, I think, twice a day. I have to look at the thing again. So I'm going to cast that. Did that work? All right. 60-foot
Jesus.
line of fire.
Oh, okay.
Right
Let's
there.
see here. Brass. 6-foot line of fire. Okay, so I need to roll some saves. So you're gonna hit 2 of the tick swarms. First one, come here. Where are my saves? Is it a reflex save? Yeah, reflex save. So the first one will do a reflex save. And the second one will do a... God, there's so many windows I have.
Your dice is still private, by the way.
Okay. I will change that in a second. I got a 34 and a 29. So, half damage, I think.
Damn. Yeah.
So what
Save
was your
DC was
damage?
27.
Yeah.
You have to
Damage
roll damage.
is
Roll damage.
2d6. Oop. Nope. In a second.
There's a damage button.
Just click the damage button and I'll roll it, and then he can just click the half damage take.
Let's see. Roll.
Untyped. What? Okay. Sorcerer. Half damage and half damage. That's cool. There's blood effects now. Okay, so that's move and... How many actions is Dragon Breath?
2, so that's it.
That's your turn. Cool. Okay, so then I get to have a tick swarm go. Tick swarm is going to... That's what it does. Okay.
I need to do this because you made fun of how I said something earlier. Wonder was making fun of how you said it, and she heard Dick Swarm.
Dick swarm. It's a dick swarm. It's a bag of dicks coming right at you. So it's a swarm.
Oh, just
It can occupy
going
your
straight for her.
space. So that's its movement, and it is going to... What does that do? A single
Silly
mine.
question.
Yeah.
Can we, because it's many targets and many creatures, we can't flank it, can we?
You can flank it. That's fine. I don't care. It is going to use 2 swarming... Oh, nice. This isn't an attack. It's just damage. Swarming bites. Let me... Am I rolling that? No?
I'm sorry, guys. I just wanted to eat one of the little ticks. I just want to see if they were flavorsome. I didn't mean to upset them.
So,
okay.
it's... So, Maracana, I need you to make 2 reflex saves against just the swarming tick bites from these ticks.
Fantastic. Reflex.
It's linked. If you just click the reflex save in the thing, it'll do it.
All right.
And give me one
Roll.
more. Man, you're just awful at reflex saves today. So the first one will do that much damage, and the second one will do that much damage. And can I click your token? No. Why can't I click you? Because you're under the other token. Okay, now I want to just do damage and damage. That's the first tick swarm. They also... Cool. Okay. That is that tick swarm's turn. And mark somewhere, or remember that you have been bitten by ticks. Next tick swarm
Gross.
is going to come down here. Let me just double check their movement. Yeah, they can get that far. So they are also going to do 2 swarming bites. This is against Gavrov and Hypa. So a pair of reflex saves for both of you.
I don't want tick fever. I don't know what that is.
You're gonna find out, boy.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. So let me just switch to this because I realized I gave the wrong save DC. So the save DC should be 23. What did you get, Maracana? You passed both of yours.
Garbage.
So you should have
You got
actually
24.
you should have taken half damage.
Oh,
So add 5 hit points back to yourself. Just because I screwed that up. So Gavrov, you are going to take double damage on the first one and no damage on the second one. Actually, no, you take normal damage and half damage because I said 23 because I know exactly what I'm doing. So I will apply that as soon as I can find Gavrov. I'm trying to use the
Roll the damage. Wanderer can click the damage
yeah.
yourself.
I'm trying to apply. I'm trying to use all the tools. So it's full damage for the 10, half damage for the 14, and then Hypa. Did you roll your saves?
I was just waiting to log up. I didn't want to funnel heaps of rolls when we're still
Yeah.
working.
So that's a pass for half and negate all of the second one. So half of the
They're
10.
both they're both critical because you can read it. It says evasion when you roll a success, so you get a
Oh,
critical
okay.
instead.
Fair enough. Okay, never mind. You take no damage. That's nice. That is the end of that Tick Swarm's turn. It is Giku's turn.
How long would it take to light a torch?
An action to get a torch and an action to light it.
Okay, I'll try to light a torch then.
You do so. You have one action left.
Uh, could I move to burn one, or would that be two?
So moving's an action. Um, so you can move forward with your lit torch. Uh, yeah.
They probably won't like it if you're inside the swarm with a torch. You can move inside of it like we are.
I don't want to get no bugs.
But they're tasty.
Ugh. But Lyme disease.
You, so are you just gonna cower from behind as the insects are swarming us because you're scared of bugs?
No. Like, try to think of what I could actually do, though. Could I pass it off to someone, or would that still be, like, two things?
You can
Um,
only move now,
well, you
pretty
can
much.
move, or if there's another action you want to take. I mean, you have an action slot, so like whatever that action is, it can either be movement or something else.
I'll just wait in the hallway with my torch.
Okay. Uh, Gavrov, it is your turn.
I guess I'll just give it a smack.
15 to 36. That is a hit. Oh, I don't need to use that view.
Roll your damage, Wanderer.
So that'll be 13. Attack again. A 26 is a miss. Third action. 13, 24, also a miss. Oof. Always fun. Hypa, it is your turn.
With my flailing of seeing Wanderer like swinging around, missing those bugs, I'm gonna join in and give some stabs with my flaming sword, thinking I can burn this thing.
33 will hit. Okay. Dang.
I'm going to enable precise debilitations on it. So the next hit's going to get plus 3 d6.
23 will not hit. Third roll, 19 for 33. That is a hit. So you're just
Is it
ferociously...
30? Is that? And that's 35, right? With flat-footed. Is that how it works?
Well, you're not flanking it.
I flank in any combat that someone is tied up with a
Oh.
creature.
Well, it's
Gang
not.
up.
It's not a crit. It's just a hit.
Damn.
Sorry. Uh, 25 damage. Let's see here. Do. And then what? 10 from the precision. So you're just like stabbing bugs. Just stab. You have done many stabs to these bugs. This swarm is looking much less thick than the one above. It is Dodgy's turn.
Huzzah! Um, don't really have. Well, I have an AOE, but they're not really a friend or foe. Hmm. This is confuzzling. There's too many of these here.
I'll apologize. I couldn't find good tick swarm art.
Oh, you're right.
So I just went with the default token.
You should have just got a picture of a cockroach and we would have laughed.
I know, but there's so many tokens to make.
Sure.
I let
Okay,
this
I'm
one
just
go
gonna-
because I also didn't know if anybody was going to run into the bushes. Telekinetic projectile. What does this do? So you're what are you picking
I'm
up and
shooting the biggest rock that I can find.
okay, which swarm are you throwing it at?
The one next to Gavrov.
Okay. So a 34 is a hit.
Sweet. Crunch.
And well, let's see here. How many does that have left? Oh,
Like,
go ahead.
it's like, watch where you're throwing those rocks. You can hit someone with those.
Yeah,
These are little bugs. How the frick can you hit them?
So between
pretty easily. Big hammer.
Gavrov, Hypa, and throwing that rock, you have squashed almost all of the bugs in that swarm. Some of them are starting to flee, but there's still a few that are tenaciously biting.
That's right. I've got this. I still have one action left.
Yep.
All right. You're gonna be very impressed. Just brace yourselves, okay?
I already know what's going to
I'm
happen.
waiting. I'm waiting.
That was a crit, right?
A
On
6.
yourself.
That's a critical failure to hit. I
I
don't.
throw my spear. It just sounds
just
off in the fucking
you
trees.
throw it, and like, you try to throw it at some ticks, and it just tangles in the bush,
Damn it.
and like bonks Hype on the head. Not
Sweet.
for any damage, but just
Just as
annoyingly
planned.
so. Okay. I think that's it for you.
Fucking enfeebled to give me a -4. Well, I suppose it wouldn't
Yeah.
change much.
Let's see who's been actually. Yeah, Gavrov and Murakana. Okay, I'm gonna have to remember this. Let's see. The next tick
Ah,
swarm
shit.
gets
We have
to
a
go.
disease, don't we?
You're
You
gonna
guys
have
do.
to. Well, you got bit by ticks, so I'll resolve that later. I'm gonna have to. Let me. I'll do that later. Actually, here's what I'm gonna do. Create journal entry. Ticks. Edit. edit. Murakana. Gavrov. I can keep this information in the game. Cool. That's nice for me. Okay, last tick swarm is going to... Oh, I'm going to be mean. It's going to go right here. Because they're ticks and they're angry. So that is going to be 2 blah, 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 blah. Swarming bites 1, swarming bites 2. So Dodgy, Gavrov, and Hypa.
Well,
I guess Dodgy, roll your reflex saves.
right.
And let me roll the damage real quick, and then we can roll reflex saves. That'll keep it nice and... Oh god, how are
Fuck.
they going to come out? That's fine, that's fine. Okay, so you will take... what is it, 23? So you will take full damage from both.
Sweet.
As they just bite, 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 bite.
How much
Hypa, can you roll your reflex saves? That's a pass. And a crit. Pass and a crit. And Gavrov. God, Hypa, you're good at not getting bit. Let's see here. The first one is full damage. Second one will be half damage. Cool.
Wait, how much damage do they do?
It's in the chat. If you just like grab it and apply full or half damage.
So 4 damage does nothing, because I have damage resistance at 7. 11.
Was one taking full damage and then half damage in the second one?
Full damage and half damage, yeah.
Taking four and then 6. So you're taking 10 damage in total.
But use the buttons, so it's fine.
Oh yeah, so
yeah.
It rounds it down. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with the system. I don't feel like worrying about one hit point. At least not in this fight. Murakana, it is your turn.
Arcana.
I'm going to axe a question.
Oh, boy.
Which one are you axing?
I don't.
The
think
one
they
right in front of me.
I don't think they speak Americana.
I'm
Yeah,
assuming 36 hits.
yeah, 36 does hit.
Isn't 36 a critical?
No.
Yeah, 13.
That's 13 damage.
Another question.
32 will hit.
32 hit?
Yep.
I take it back. Sorry, Americana. I take it back. You speak very good tick.
Oh, damn it!
An 18 will not hit. Okay. Let's see. This tick swarm is going... I've already got 2 on you other guys. 3 seems excessive. This tick swarm, Marcana, is
Fuck you,
going
tick.
to hit you with 3 swarming bites as its actions. So 3 reflex saves.
Fuck.
Against my lovelies. Okay, so a 30 is half damage against all of those, and a 36 is a crit, so no damage. So half damage for those 3 attacks.
Fantastic.
And that is...
Alright, so let's see.
You just hit the half damage button on each of them.
Oh.
Yeah. It's handy once you figure out how to do it.
Amazing.
Remember how we ran all of Tomb of Annihilation without me realizing how that worked?
Yeah, that's wow.
Yeah. Okay, next tick swarm. Go ahead.
This question: so these things can only bite us while we're inside their tokens. We can move out and attack from safety.
You can try to move out of the swarm. Yeah. They don't have an attack. they have an action that is if you are in their space. Yeah, so like if you're in the space, they can spend an action to bite, but they don't have any ranged. They don't have any attacks. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep.
Like, so as long as you're in the swarm, they all are swarming you and biting you. Once you get out, they have to move on top of you. Kind of a different design of a creature. Yeah. But these ticks are going to keep biting. So 1, 2, 3. So that is this, and this. So Hypa, can you roll me 3 reflex saves against these last tenacious ticks?
Oh, I'll do mine last, so like it's easy for the people who might take damage.
Well, it's just Gavrov then. It's you and Gavrov.
Go Wanderer, you go first. Oh,
So half damage, no damage, half damage. So half of the 16, none of the 4, half of the 12. Which is annoying, but yeah. Okay, Gavrov, your turn.
Guess
I
I'll
need to
just
roll.
give it all a
I
smack.
need to roll my
God
My
damn
bad.
it. Be a sane person and use control as your push to talk. Crit success. A crit success. A super duper ultra mega crit success. Because you got a double crit. It is Giku's turn.
You say Gavril?
Oh, did I say the wrong name? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was cool.
They're both G. No, Giku.
I heard Kiku.
It's Giku. She's next. See, do you guys have that little turn carousel?
Yeah. I'm
So
seeing
do you see where the little red chevron is underneath?
Yeah.
That's whose turn it is. I don't know. Is that thing helpful?
Yeah. It's just I swore I heard you say Gavril.
Yeah, you did say Gavrov,
Oh,
but
did I?
Yes, it tripped me out.
Sorry.
Then I did my rolls, and then you said Giku next. I was like, what? Didn't you say Gavril before? Anyway,
I was talking about. Did I screw up or are we all just
no,
confused?
no.
no, it's not a big
It's all
deal.
good.
I'm
It
on
is
I'm
Giku.
Giku's
extremely
turn.
mentally affected.
I guess I'll move forward
Trigger warning.
and
2 names. I can't
try
deal with it. That start with G.
try to burn, I guess, the swarm.
So I guess make an attack roll.
Um,
If you have a strike of some sort, just use the strike, and I have to figure out fire damage. I guess just make a normal strike because, yeah.
like fist or unarmed.
Just use a fist, and we'll add a little fire damage to it. How about that? Okay, so 20 it'll hit. So when you hit the damage button, hit the damage button and then roll a d6 as well for the fire, because I like that. So add one more d6 to that. Okay, so let's apply damage. Oh, hey, it's dead. You smash and burn the last of that tick swarm. It is gone, and there is the second tick swarm in front of you.
And burn that one.
Yeah, go for it.
Use the 18 plus, right?
Yeah, because it's the second attack. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
trying to remember
oh,
how to do this all.
oh, fire, fire,
So a
burn.
Oh, it's a 1, so it drops down a level, so that is a miss. It was a miss, and it would already. That's a double crit fail. So that sucks. I don't use crit fumbles because that seems harsh. So yeah, you're trying to hit the ticks on Gavrov and Dodgy, and you're just not able to get a clean shot in with your torch as you do that. I think that's move, act, act. Now it is Gavrov's turn.
Let's just give it a smack, I suppose.
33 hits. Oof.
Yay!
Double ones. Well, it does the damage. What else?
I'll give it another smack.
A
That's
25
that's
misses.
the paddling.
Oh,
Yes, a 4.
I love how
Thank you, Gab.
I love how the dice always do the thing where they stop at a number and then roll to the last number.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it's gonna be a good one. Oh, it's shit.
I think I may have said this here before, but like it actually reads the dice roll and then does the animation. So it's not like the animation software is screwing you over. But
Yeah. So like, yeah, but I mean, like it like rolls whatever the hell it wants, and it shows you like a nice 20, and then rolls over to what it has to be.
I think it just picks a side adjacent to the side that's actually gonna roll. It's like real dice, right? Like anyway. The only reason I say that is because it's not like the dice rolling animation actually screws up your roll. Hypa, it is your turn. I had that come up. I don't know if it was this group or my other group, but somebody asked if the dice rolling software was screwing up rolls.
No, it doesn't matter because you don't even have to pay attention. It's just for like aesthetics, right?
It's entirely for aesthetics to replace that like the feeling of rolling dice. If that makes sense. Because you don't get to do that virtually. Anyway,
It's cool either way. Um,
I'm just thinking. I don't know. Is anybody else watching Stranger Things right now? Just came out yesterday.
no, there's a new one,
What?
isn't there?
What?
Yeah, so there's an awesome scene in the second episode where half of the crew is playing Dungeons and Dragons and the other half is at a basketball game. And they do this awesome thing where they're in a boss fight and the end of the basketball game is happening and they perfectly capture like the awesomeness of critical, like this is the die roll and the basketball player is making the shot and they keep cutting between the die rolling across the table and the basketball going to the hoop. I don't know. It's a nice bit of filmmaking. Anyway, I'll shut up. It's your turn. I love
All right.
cinematography.
So they stumble, like what you're saying is they stumble a 1 and it bounces off the hoop or something.
Well, they don't show the faces, but it's like the die bouncing across this giant table where they're fighting a boss, and it's like everybody's eyes are like, oh, what's it gonna be? And then like the guy turns and plants his feet and launches the 3-pointer, and everybody's watching it, and so it's just like it's showing the intensity of like athletics are
Yeah.
cool, but also when you're in a tense boss fight and you're rolling that die and waiting for it to hit, like it's the same feeling, right? Like, is it gonna work? Anyway, I digress.
That was exactly how I felt when I did the whole wind up of I'm swinging my gun through my legs and I'm gonna shoot my hand cannon, and then I got that critical hit. And I was like,
Yeah.
yes, that's
Because we don't get the thing virtually of like actually throwing the dice on the table, which I miss, but you know, whatever. You guys are in Australia. It'd be rather hard for us to get together every week or two.
Ah, it'll be fine. Don't worry about
unfortunately.
it. Easy.
Tell my company, fuck it, I can work virtual.
I'm noticing Americana is angrily smacking his own crutch and hitting these bugs off him and killing them in the most ferocious way with his talking skills of asking questions, I'm going to stab in there and get in there and join him.
Get in there, Hyper. 30 will hit.
Yeah.
Jesus.
That's what happens when things are flat-footed.
Okay. Stabby, stab, stab. What is Gavrov's AC? Okay.
All right, and I'm going to apply, the body extra damage.
Okay. Hit. You're really good at stabbing. Oh god, sorry, I just did all that to Gavrov. Crap. Let me fix Gavrov. Plus 26.
You can just hit the heal button for the damage that you need.
Whatever, I'm doing it manually because I know how to do it. I'm actually pretty good at manually adjusting it. Okay, there we go. I have unscrewed Gavrov. Sorry about that, Gavrov. You have
That's
to not
okay.
be highlighted on the wrong token. 31 hits. Jeez. $32, and I'm selecting the right person. There we go. Okay. That takes us to Dodgy. Oh, that one's dead. Ha!
Ah!
Sorry, the white skull blends into the white background. Dodgy, it is your turn.
Outstanding. There's one left, right?
The one on top of
Um,
you.
Sweet. I'm gonna
The way he likes it all around him.
chuck my rocks at.
Just squashing bugs on top of yourself.
Yeah, pretty much. Fuck. Or not.
22 will not hit. God, you're just
Sweet.
rolling.
Like ass. That's
Yeah.
right. I already threw my spear, so I'm gonna go punch it.
But there's nothing to be ashamed of, Taiji. These little bugs, you need precision if you want to hit them.
That'll hit.
Arm struck. Oh, this will be good. 1.
Uh,
I'm enfeebled, and I have a negative strength modifier.
and everybody else has magical weapons, but this is just your fist, so it's gonna take.
Yeah. It's just her getting mad and punching them.
It. You try to punch at them and they go out of the way because they actually have resistance to bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Non-magical, so nothing happens. I'm sorry, nothing happens. Oh, okay. Oh, the tick swarm gets to go. Oh boy. Okay. Can you guys guess what the ticks are gonna do?
They're gonna cast a spell. They're gonna cast Time Stop, followed up with Fire Swarm. Or Meteor Swarm.
They're gonna transform into a giant.
Yep.
They're actually gonna meld together. Time stop.
Yeah, it's
And
like
then,
a mecha. They're gonna
unfortunately-
turn into a mecha. And just
Unfortunately for
turn into an
Americana's
aeroplane and fly
dreams,
off.
they're going to go on to Daiji.
They're gonna become the tickening.
Ah.
Okay, Dodgy, give me 3 reflex saves.
Okay.
Fail. Oh, pass. And okay, so it is fail, pass, pass. So full half.
So full. The full one I would take 9, so I take 2 damage.
And then I guess you take none from the rest. Gavrov, can I get your saves?
Oh shit.
Oh, Jesus. Ugh.
Really?
Oh my
Jesus
god. Okay. So it's double full. That's brutal. So Gavrov is good at not getting hit unless it's bugs crawling in his armor.
Apparently, yeah.
Yeah, they're like just climbing into the
Yeah.
crevices. They get into those sweet spots.
That's
He's
why
8 foot of he's 8 foot of like
Yeah,
biteability.
my armpits are just full of them.
that's why I was asking about your AC before, because I was trying to figure, because you're like a mix of armor and other stuff. Oh, but you've also got some fun abilities. Okay.
Yeah, she can like block a ridiculous amount of times in a row.
Oh, and because this isn't an attack, it doesn't give the shield or the blocking stuff. Okay.
No.
Um,
Yeah, she can't do a whole lot about
yeah, I was
just
just trying to figure out why this is hitting Hypa so bad, or Gavrov so bad, but that makes sense. This is like the rock
oh
paper scissors
that
thing.
that and she's normally pretty decent at reflex saves. It's just rolling not higher than a 6 is a problem.
Yeah. Okay, so yep, you're good, Hypa, because apparently nothing can touch you. Murkana, it is your turn.
This is where it pays to
Murder!
roll Gavrov.
Yeah, the rare times.
Oh fuck!
Hit.
I nearly demand that his axe gets stuck in the dirt.
So 2 hits, 3 hits. Just fucking dice everywhere. I love barbarian damage dice. Just like,
It's
rah!
just like fuck you.
Fuck you in particular. Okay, so those were all hits. Damage, damage, damage. Where are we at on this tick swarm? You somehow, even though you're using a great axe, are managing to just splat ticks left and right as you swing
I
a swath
I
of
turned it
destruction.
sideways. It's a
Yeah,
pancake maker. Just
yeah.
thwack.
Giku, not Gavrov. It is your turn.
Okay. Burn them.
So just do your fist attacks plus the fire damage because that seems sensible to me. Hit for hit the damage as well. Okay, so damage and damage. You have burned a bunch more ticks. That's a hit. Let's see here. And that kills it. You have smashed the
Hooray!
last of the ticks.
All right,
Somebody.
Gavrov,
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, a few bots.
you look like a piling cis bag of.
Rude.
Yeah.
Burn the bush.
Hopefully, they're not like got any disease or anything. Otherwise, like you're gonna be oozing to next
Yeah,
week.
coming from you, Goblin. Rich.
I just
Friggin' goblin.
I want to try and oh, okay. Here's what I'll do. Nobody ever left the tick swarm, so you never had to deal with that.
What?
I just posted it in chat. Nobody ever actually left the. Y'all just stood there and like just annihilated them. But had you?
I was going to.
Yeah, they have a reaction that is maybe even worse than their attack if you leave the space the ticks are in.
You could get bleed.
Yeah, that's a lot of bleed damage because that lasts for a while. So Daji is oh, is this the stupid supplicate thing or is this the where it
No,
helps
no,
everybody?
it's him of healing. It's a focused heal.
Okay.
Focus spell.
Um
So Gavrov, you get 4. Well, you get to heal 4 times off that.
yep, so you burn all the bushes over here. You do so.
Alright, sorry, as I was just
Oh.
poking fun at Gavrov, what were you gonna say when I interrupted you?
Okay, hold on. How long does this thing last? Sustain up to 4 rounds, so 2 times 4 is... Oh, heightened. Did you heighten it?
Yeah,
Is that heightened?
yeah. It's a focus spell, so they're automatically heightened to 6th level.
Okay. So I'm just trying to understand. So yeah, it's 12 4 times. Okay, got it.
It would
Cool.
technically also give temporary hit points, but we're not in combat,
Yeah,
so I
it
don't think
does.
it's
I was
relevant.
I was I was trying to like figure that part out. I was like, wait, what? Temporary hit points don't
Yeah.
fucking matter. Okay. Yeah, Giku, you burn all of the dead bushes over here. Somebody else was gonna say something. Oh, let me end combat too. There we go.
Huzzah!
Hooray!
You have solved the tick swarm puzzle by killing them.
The only downside about this is that all these bugs are smushed or crushed or burnt. I can't really get a taste of them anymore.
We have so
Been
much
ruined.
spider meat. I don't know what else you want.
I want it all, Daiji.
Uh-huh.
And
He concerns me.
He does.
Giku, as you are lighting all of the bushes on fire, you do find some things lying in them. You find a greater serene mutagen and a greater cognitive mutagen, and I am going to find those and add them to party loot.
Oh.
I have no idea what those do, but you have them.
You can turn into a witcher.
well, you kind of look like a witcher at the moment.
So cognitive mutagen is a +3 item bonus to Arcana, Crafting, Lore, Occultism, and Society checks, and all Recall Knowledge checks. Critical failures just become failures. Drawback is a -2 to weapon and armed attack rolls. And then Serene mutagen, you gain Inner Serenity. +3 item bonus to Will saves and Perception, Medicine, Nature, Religion, and Survival checks. Drawback -1 penalty to attack rolls. And save DCs, blah, blah, blah. So they both basically help you with various skill checks with a penalty to combat, and they last for an hour.
Okay, so they're not terrible, but they're not like great either.
I mean, they're mutagens, so unless you spec into mutagens as an alchemist, they're a mixed bag.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm only a minor alchemist. The best I can do is craft minor potions and explosives and things.
Yeah, it's like actual, like the class.
the class, and also just for the record, mutagen is the worst way to go as an alchemist. They're not. It's the one like subclass or archetype in 2e that I think sucks. Anyway,
What are you doing, Giga?
I was gonna look at the statue.
All right, let's go. You sure you're feeling any better? You still sound a bit funny. Your head's still sore from those tables earlier.
Probably.
Well, I'm right behind you.
leading from or following from behind. No, god damn it, I can't talk anymore. Following from the front.
What's this big guy's deal?
So there is a pagoda here with a very large statue of an old man smiling, sitting with staff across his lap. As you get closer, you
So,
see a necklace that has been placed around the statue's neck. There are also various singing bowls, incense. Well, no, the incense would have rotted. Never mind. Incense holders and prayer beads littering this platform around the old man statue.
Can I? As we move up to this, I'm just like turning Gavro. I might actually be able to help you. Those bites actually do look quite bad. I might be able to suck the poison or the paralysis out of those bites if you don't mind.
No, thank you.
Yuck.
Oh, Gavrov just runs.
I'm like my medical skill is really good. I've survived.
I don't need another medical. I've got health grim. Or does she?
Yeah, but like the poison's in you. I don't want you to get possibly like some sick later on. Just because while it's fresh, I could make you feel better.
That may have been the worst command attempt I've ever heard.
Yeah. I'll pass.
You sure, Garo?
Not into goblins.
It's not about. It's just say yes.
I would like to point out
good
that I have a
things-
spell that's really good at telekinetically moving people as long as they're within 10 feet of me, and it's a 6th level spell. And you're currently within 10 feet of me.
Oh well, if you're Gavrov, I'm just trying to help. Don't whinge to me when you come back scratching and itching this whole night.
That wouldn't be a poison, I don't think. Anyway.
You hanging out in the tick room, Murakana?
I suspect so.
I guess. Jared,
Yes.
are you hanging out in the tick room?
No, the ticks are dead. It's not the tick room anymore.
Well, everybody else left and you're still standing there, so I'm trying to figure out where you are.
I was admiring the beauty of what we had done.
Okay. Were you getting another
Right.
beer?
No.
Convincing.
Yeah. Your diplomacy check there wasn't very high.
I plead the fifth on drunkenness.
Ugh. I want another beer. So I'm going to do
I
that.
highly recommend this action.
And then find out how tonight's session ends.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
So I guess what, we talk to this dude, or is he like, what's his statue? Or?
It's a statue. It's an inanimate object, and there's a necklace that we've seen. Well, like, does anyone want to pick that up? I'm kind of a bit
No,
worried.
Is that
about
actually a hole in the
on it.
slide? Can we go have a look out the hole?
Yeah.
Me and Americana walked around the back there earlier when you guys were back inside. We had a little look out the back. We couldn't see anything.
Maybe we should patch the hole so nothing else comes in, like that nasty creature.
My cow is spotted. No one? Okay. It's fine. It's a reference to a very specific beer that I doubt anybody but me knows what it is, so that's fine.
Unless it's a spirit, I don't really care.
So I'm from the state of Wisconsin, and there are many breweries in Wisconsin that do not import or export out of their state. And so every time my parents come out, they bring me a bunch of Wisconsin beer because, I'll be blunt, Wisconsin beer is better than most of the rest of the beer in the country. And one of them is called Spotted Cow, and I just got a Spotted Cow. It's a fantastic beer.
Spotted Cow, where we lived, is actually a bar.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really famous in our area.
Where's my phone? I'll take a picture and send you this stupid picture on this bottle. One of the great injustices of my life is that the New Glarus Brewing Company does not export their beer.
I don't know why, but it reminded me, we had a foreign exchange student that thought that Red Bull, when he stuck it in his little translator thing, he kept calling it Red Cow. He kept wanting Red Cow drink.
Red Cow gives you hooves.
So Yeah, Daiji, what do you want to do about this statue and the necklace?
Well, I will use Mage Hand to grab the necklace, I guess. Or attempt to, anyway. I'm going to do that while hopping back a little bit.
I am just reading real quick just to make sure I understand all of the things here. Okay, cool.
Shouldn't we give it an offering if you're taking?
Why? What would we offer to a stone statue?
I can,
Our prayer beads?
I could
Can't
pee on
really
them
touch
if you
those.
want.
I'm paying on the statue.
I will backhand you.
Yeah.
These guys got to understand that smells are the best way to mark your territory, and this is going to be our base for the next couple of days.
Are you
I'm just
peeing
trying to
on?
defend you guys.
Do you really pee on the statue?
Oh no, I'm suggesting because they offer. They want to. We're talking
That's
here.
not an offering.
That's my offering. It's all I'm willing to give to
No,
Daiji.
don't
No,
do
no,
that.
no, no, no. I'm gonna grab Hyper and hold him like a cat. Just calm down, boy.
Funny thing is, I don't think he could escape a grapple either.
Hyper, do you go
He
limp
could.
like a cat goes limp in the most awkward way possible?
I
Oh
still grab
yeah,
him by
like
the back of the neck.
my hands and arms are just hanging down, just to make it even more difficult.
Like I'm just imagining Hyper doing that like limp cat shrug thing when you pick one up. Just like
And as he tries to put his hands under me, I like kind of roll in the way that makes it more awkward.
yeah.
Oh
If
boy.
you pee on me, so help me God.
Okay, so Daji wants to use Mage Hand. Hypa is restrained by Murakana. Giku has suggested an offering. What do you guys want to do?
I don't think I really get a choice.
I mean,
Um,
you can mule.
An offering seems like a good idea.
do that, I guess.
Giku, can you make a religion check for me? Okay. So this statue, you're not sure what it is, but you're pretty sure that you would probably need to do something related to Irori. Otherwise, the statue's probably going to react in some way to you.
I convey that to them. That it probably needs whatever the equal balance stuff. So you can't just take.
Well, I mean, there's can't and then shouldn't. But yeah, that's the point.
To be honest, I don't really care. But you know, if people are going to be holding me, I expect a neck rub at least soon.
I totally forgot I had Belly White Spindle.
You have an Aeon Stone?
Yeah, bought it. It was cheap, 60 gold.
Oh, it's
How's
1
something like that so cheap?
Okay.
It's 1 HP a minute.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
useless in combat, but out of combat, it's pretty good.
Yeah, but you meditated for 10 minutes, so there's 10 health already, and then we walked over here, and you've at least got probably like 12 hit points in this like previous bit.
Yeah. I don't know. How many do you think, Grim?
Sure, 12 hit points, whatever. I feel like I want to build a Lich based on Aeon Stones now.
constructed out of Aeon stones.
I mean, I only got the basic Wayfinder, but you can get like really good ones that hold like 4 stones or something stupid.
Oh yeah,
So,
like Aeon stones get nuts. They're the same as Ioun stones from. They're the off-brand Ioun stones. What was I? I was gonna. Are you gonna play in the Thursday game at all anytime soon, Dodgy?
I try to, but so far work is not cooperating like at all.
Yeah. Okay, never mind. I'll come back to that some other time.
Uh,
Okay, so y'all are sitting here. You have this Aeon stone. I think somebody recommended the prayer beads. What do you guys want to do?
well, since we can't use the prayer beads, I guess we just offer those up to the monk. Dude,
No, my treasure, man!
you're grappled by Murakami, you can't stop that.
I
And
want
put
to.
the
I want to
beads
attempt
on
to
them.
break free. I want to attempt to break free to take these beads because I don't want them going to this thing.
Yeah, you're gonna do a contested athletics roll
Yeah,
against
I'm
Murakami.
going to because I want those prayer beads.
Okay, I guess both of you give me a strength athletics roll. Murakana and Hypa.
Just you big guy.
Coming right up.
Oh boy. Now all you have to do is not roll a 1.
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem.
I think even if he rolls a 1,
Where's
it's
my?
better.
Yeah,
Where
you
is my?
can't actually
Oh,
roll.
Because
you
this
want
is
athletics? You said.
athletics. Yeah, strength athletics.
Yeah, even with a 4, you're fine.
In a battle to the bottom of the barrel, Murakana still wins against Hypa. So Hypa, you struggle against Murakana to get your precious, but you are unable to escape.
I feel like
I
this game's rigged against me.
You fought a barbarian.
I mean, you did like 60% of the damage against the ticks. Okay, so chill out there, Hypa.
yeah, I placed the beads on the monk's like staff, I guess. I don't know. He's like doesn't have a hand out, does he?
So the way he's sitting right now, he's sitting cross-legged, uh, and the staff is resting across his lap. So the pose in the token is not the
That's not
pose that
indicative.
he's in. Like the pose that he's in right now, it's a smiling statue. Like he basically looks like a Buddha with a staff across his lap. Does that make sense?
I'll try to put them, I guess, on his hands.
Sure, you put the prayer beads around one of his hands or whatever. Sure.
Anything happen?
Nope.
I don't know. Maybe just grab the thing, see if we've exchanged the item. You know, balance it. Giku's saying maybe we can just take the necklace now, and
Yeah,
we've
okay. I'll grab them with what do you call it? Mage hand.
So as you lift the necklace off of his neck, the statue moves and lifts the prayer beads and puts them around its neck, still smiling, and nods at all of you and kind of shifts and gets into a more comfortable position and then resumes its motionless stance.
Huh.
And as that happens, Ingdani is walking up behind across from the. She walks across the sand pit and says, "Well, it seems like you've got your necklace and your 3 silver feathers. So, congratulations. You've at least suitably cleared the temple, and we can prepare for the tournament to begin tomorrow. Or
Outstanding.
the pre qualifier. I'm
Fantastic.
sorry. So, it's mid afternoon. I would like to take a moment first to find out, do you guys want to do anything in or around the temple right now?
Patch the wall.
yes. So Giku believes that she wants to fortify the surroundings and that the to stop creatures coming in while we're staying here. She wants to try and help patch that wall up near the monk. I want to go down to the bottom left of the room, where was it 7 treasure chests or 6 treasure chests are, and go through and open them one at a time and find out what we have there.
Okay.
And
We should
if
probably do
everyone else,
something about the ghosts, but I guess we'll patch the wall in the meantime.
uh, Maricana, I think we've sorted the ghost. It might even come to our aid. We've rested, hopefully, its bones at peace, and it's like not crazy anymore.
Says the man that ate a table to the face.
Oh, we haven't done anything in that room. That's the only thing we really haven't
That
done.
was the one I was talking about.
Oh, I just say we don't go in there.
Like, how big are the
If
tables?
we never
Could
go
we
back
use
in there,
them?
it's not our problem.
I was thinking, could we use the tables to patch the wall?
I'll say you can do a rudimentary. So like okay, so you've got the rest of the day, right? So you can with the rubble you can mostly fix that up. You can drag a table over if you want, um, and put it against the wall, I guess. Um, I'm not sure how beyond like keeping wildlife out. Um,
Yeah,
it
just to keep
yeah,
creatures
it might not keep
wandering.
yeah. Bases Ingdani also tells you that like your home base is uh supposed to be safe.
Suppose.
And like during according to the tournament rules, anybody who takes any actions between sundown and sunup is going to be expelled from the tournament. You cannot do challenges, do stuff between sundown and sunup, and if the enforcers find out you did anything between sundown and sunup that gave you an advantage in the tournament, you will be expelled.
If they find out. Got it.
If they find out. The intent of the tournament is that you challenge combatants to combat. Or, right? Like, the whole point is this is a martial arts tournament where teams are supposed to fight each other, and whoever wins, wins. That's true for the tournament. It's true for the pre qualifying tournament as well. So, there you go. That's the intent of the rules of the tournament. Yeah. So you guys are able to patch that wall up. You're able to drag a table in front of it. You're pretty sure that'll keep all but the most determined of wildlife out of this place. Pipa, to your point, I'm just trying to find dormitory. Okay, so stuff in the dormitory. Let me open the party loot and let me open Pendium browser because I'm just gonna
So
add all this stuff to party loot. So what did you guys already get? Sorry. Do you remember? We opened one chest and I can't remember what you got out of it.
I believe, I think it was a death one.
Oh, the wand of death ward. Yeah, and I think that's already in there, right? Is that in
Yeah,
party loot?
yeah, that's in party. I think we only opened one box.
God damn it! What is happening here? I just want. Okay. So what I need is a rune. Sorry, I'm trying. What is my fucking keyboard doing here? Okay, rune. Can't type anymore. Oh, because I'm in bestiary. I need to go to equipment. There we go. Nope, that's not it. Cool. Okay, so you find uh, an axiomatic runestone. It's engraved with an image of a Zuishin Kami. I don't know what any of those words mean. Wait, Kami is like
A
spirit,
god.
right? Yeah. So an axiomatic rune, when you critically succeed in an attack roll with this weapon against a chaotic creature, instead of rolling, count each weapon damage die as average damage rounded up. That's really damn complicated, but Basically, it makes you do average damage rounded up against chaotic creatures.
Hey guys, I don't know what this thing does, but it looks like one of the runes that I have I craft into weapon. Never seen it before, but it looks like it's worth a lot of money.
Crashed.
What?
Uh,
Kasetsu's
Oh
crashed.
shit.
what crashed?
Cassetto. Or
Power probably
Discord
just
stuff
went out.
like that.
Oh,
Dang it.
that sucks. Um, well, I'll finish this up, and then I guess I'll give you guys a quick rundown of what I want to do, and then I'll probably redo it at the top of next session, just because it's getting close to late. But there's a bunch of stuff in all these chests, so I want to get through it. There's an iron medallion, which is a talisman?
Attempts to fix the arm.
Yeah, I think this is a talisman. So
Activate Envision. Trigger. You attempt a will save against a fear effect, but haven't rolled yet. So it gives you
you,
a reflex action against the fear effect.
but you also have to have mastery or higher in will saves.
Ah,
Or have the bravery class feature. I
I
don't know
don't
what that means.
know who has that. Anyway,
This is a
we
small
wonder.
medallion that's shaped like
Oh,
a
Gavril.
shield. When you activate it, you will gain +2 to saves for fear for a minute. On the triggering save, if the outcome of your roll is a failure, you get a success instead, and if the outcome is a critical failure, you get a failure instead. That's kind of
uh,
cool.
hey, you back?
Hey, the internet's back.
Huzzah.
Yay. Uh, let's see here. We
Gone
also
through two
have
chests so far. We got a rune and we got a medallion that can be fixed to armor.
we also got a. Does anybody here use a bow?
No.
No, but I'm dex based and range, so I
Well, I'm gonna go
could.
with
But
ammunition then. Just because I know you have a gun. We have a spell strike ammunition type 5, 1, which
activate the cast a level 5 spell. The ammunition affects only the target hit. If the spell would normally affect more than one target, if the spell requires a spell attack roll, use the result of your range attack roll with the ammunition to determine the degree of the success of the spell. If the spell
so
requires a save throw,
so somebody can cast a spell into this bullet, and then you can shoot it.
so I
Really?
can
Any
shoot a
spell?
spell.
So I'm gonna add a comment on here. I'm
That's
gonna
how
I'm
we
gonna
should like
change the
shoot a
description
spell.
of the item. Give me a second.
Uh, Maximum level of spell is 5, though. You can't go past class 5 spell, level 5.
Yeah, but I could still put, like, say, I don't know, a 5th level repelling pulse or something like that in it. Then they just make it like a
Yeah,
bomb.
you can.
Okay, so I just added a comment at the top of the description in party loot. So basically, the way I'm gonna play this is if somebody wants to cast a spell into this bullet. Oh crap! I put that in the axiomatic rune. Damn it! Fucking
Rip.
hell! Trying to edit things in Foundry on the fly. Da, 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 da. I mean, I'm glad I can do it, but where did it go? Okay, where's ammunition? Treasure, spell strike ammunition, type 5. I'm assuming.
Just out of curiosity, for just if I am going to use that, do I still get the damage as of shooting a bullet, then plus the spell activates when it hits the target?
I would say the spell replaces it.
I just shoot a spell, is what we're gonna say,
Yeah,
and
because
and the
otherwise I
spell.
think that would be insane.
I
Um,
mean, it already is kind of insane if I, like, say, do that.
because it basically lets you shoot a spell when you can't cast. So I think the utility of having that is enough to not also add the damage. I guess if there's a rata on that, let me know. But I'm assuming that the whole point is that the spell replaces the shooting.
And 7d10 is still good for an AoE.
7d10 on an AoE?
Yeah. Repelling pulse
I
does
mean,
7d10, everyone.
get fucked. That's way better than him
Well,
shooting.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I was hoping to add the physical damage of the bullet hitting
the
that
hell are you
person.
shooting at it with?
Let me put
Could be
a
bad.
let me put a comment in chat. I need to look up how spell strike ammo works. Okay, cool. I want to look it up because it seems. I'm assuming the intent is the spell replaces the shot, but let me look it up.
That is obscenely strong as it is. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm just reading. So you can cast. So the mystic pattern. The ammunition affects only the target hit. If the spell would normally affect more than one target, if
Ah,
the
okay, so it's
spell
the bomb,
no
the
wait no,
visible
if the
one.
spell requires a spell attack roll to use the result of your range attack roll, the ammunition to determine the degree of spell.
Yeah, I know, I read it. It's in the party book. We can all see it.
Yeah.
So moving
Well,
on, there's also a ring of climbing, which I'm assuming
Hey.
lets people climb more better. It gives you a climb speed equal to half your land speed. Cool.
Oh, sure. That's
wait. So would that stack with my natural ability to climb?
Why would you
No,
take it? You already have that.
you can already do that. No, in Pathfinder, nothing stacks. Everything is the highest bonus you can get. And then let's see here. A wand of remove curse.
That'd be handy.
Magic wand. Can I? How do I? Holy crap! Wand of. Wand of. Oh, remove curse is an R. But that comes. Okay, so I need to just make. Another thing I need to look up. Look up wand of remove curse.
Hey, Wonder, could you check if you have the bravery, like something like bravery class feature?
What?
Okay.
She doesn't need to. She has expert will saves, doesn't she? Isn't that what you need?
I think so.
Do you have no master and will saves? Do you have
Oh,
a master?
I don't think so, but I don't know.
no. She has master and fortitude. Expert in everything else.
You also
Yeah, you
find
want
a bullet tooth,
No.
a half dozen lacquered wooden holy necklace symbols of Irori strung on rotted hemp necklaces. I'm adding these in treasure and editing them as I go. Rotted. I'm just gonna say holy symbols. Symbols of Irori. And we're gonna go with 6.
We're also missing a silver feather in the
Yeah,
treasury, but
it
you can just
doesn't.
you can just press plus one to the quantity. You don't have to add a new one every time.
If you go, I'm actually tracking that in the journals, in the quest log. You have a
Oh,
quest in progress called Collect 10 Feathers. And I'm tracking it there. I don't know if you can see
Oh,
that,
okay.
but there you go. And I'll put that as the primary quest because that is your primary quest. Let's see here. And then a small hide pouch containing 115 gold worth of opals. So let's add opals. Opals. Value 115. I should really learn how to use containers. And then 218 gold in assorted coinage.
And what was that necklace we got as well?
A necklace? The iron
Yeah,
medallion or something else?
from the statue
Oh,
when we dropped the holy prayer beads around its neck instead.
oh, that was the phoenix necklace, which is the you needed a phoenix necklace and 3 silver feathers to get in the tournament. So you have the phoenix necklace and the 10 silver feathers. Not 10, 3. So you have 3 silver feathers and the phoenix necklace. The phoenix necklace. I feel like there's something I need to say about that I can't remember right now. Has some ability that I want to tell you. Does this book not have an index? Oh. Boo. Most Pathfinder books have necklaces. Indexes. Things. Where is the Phoenix
So
necklace? Go ahead.
while you're sorting things out, I was gonna say, it died you while we possibly before we move on or rest tonight. Would you be able to maybe enchant that ammo we found with some magic?
I probably could. Since it's only single target, I might as well put debilitating dichotomy into it.
No. Not a focus spell, a normal spell.
Aw.
Yeah, I thought of that immediately. Sorry. No, you're not putting debilitating dichotomy into your goddamn.
What do you mean? A 15d6 spell is fair and balanced.
So Dragon's Breath?
That's
No,
not a
that's also
spell.
like
That's
spell.
It has to
It's
be
a
a
focus spell.
spell, not a focus spell or class ability.
Fair enough. We're trying to break it already.
No, I'm calling that.
Fair.
Let me look up
Yeah,
Phoenix necklace on the internet.
I'll just cast repelling pulse on it, I guess, to enchant it or something.
Can't wait to shoot something with a spell. Look, I'm a magician. Boosh.
One spell, you shoot it once and that's it.
What's the bet? I'm gonna get a critical miss on the fucking thing.
Yeah, you miss, it shoots into a wall, and then you don't get another one.
I found it. Okay, I'm gonna make the Phoenix necklace because it does have abilities. Go
Yeah,
here.
you're gonna have to delete our holy prayer beads since we don't have them anymore either.
Oh, that's right.
At
Holy
the
prayer beads. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it's funny. That's not how you're supposed to solve that problem, but I like that solution to the problem. Phoenix necklace. I'll put that under treasure. New treasure. Okay. Phoenix necklace. It's one of those words that just eludes me. And then let's just copy the crap out of all of this. Nope, not that part. Just that. Okay, thank you. Edit the
Do you have to
description.
make up all these items on the fly, or is there a way you can make them ahead of time? Or
I should make them ahead of time, but I didn't. Because I didn't think about it. So, okay. That's the short version is no, I didn't think about making all of this loot ahead of time because I'm used to just going to the compendium, dragging it into party loot and explaining it. But it's just a list in the book. So the Phoenix necklace, you need 10 feathers on the necklace to enter the tournament proper. Other information about it, it has two abilities. The first one is you can activate it and select any number of willing creatures you can see within 30 feet. Those creatures can make non-lethal attacks without taking a penalty to their attack rolls. So basically, one thing it can let you do is, if you were to challenge another team and both agree to a non-lethal fight, you could use your necklaces to just make all of your attacks non-lethal without any penalty. The second one is you can use a silver feather on the necklace to cast the 7th level Raise Dead spell. So if somebody dies, you can bring someone back to life. Every time you do this, it costs another silver feather. So the first time you bring someone back from the dead, it costs 1 silver feather, the second time 2, the third time 3, etc.
Like, I have raised dead, but it has some pretty hefty penalties when you do it.
Yeah. So that's that. Hopefully
I
the
dare ask what the penalties are for raised dead, since we've never.
I linked it. Basically makes you really fucking weak for an entire week.
clumsy,
You get
drained, and
clumsy, drained,
enfeebled
and
too.
enfeebled
Ooh,
too. Yeah, for a week, and you can't remove them.
that's rough.
Yep.
Especially during a martial arts tournament.
Yeah. But it is better than being dead, so there's that.
Oh, so
Uh,
the person gets those, or you get those?
the
The
person
person.
raised gets
Not
those.
Oh,
Because your soul went to the boneyard and then you dragged it back to the body.
Yeah, this is like I have ones to like if someone just died in front of me, I have breath of life, which is instead of them dying, they get back up with 48 hit points, which is what I would normally use. But if someone is dead, then I would use you know raise dead.
So I'm going to take a minute and talk a little bit about how the island works once we start, hopefully next week. Um,
Yep.
so exploring the island. Oh, let's go here because I just want to explain how this works a little bit. So Pathfinder has normal exploration phase actions that you can take, but they're a little different. So there's exploration. The three phases of Pathfinder are combat, exploration, and downtime. And so most of what you do falls under combat, right? But when you're navigating a hex grid like this, you're following exploration rules. So there's a bunch of actions you can take. The best option is probably to just tell me what you want to do. But there are three specific actions that are added to the exploration rules for this campaign. The first one is so to kind of take a step back, assuming that you're resting from 8 hours a night, you get a total of 32 actions in a day. So, like, you have 3 days of pre qualifier, you get 32 actions a day. The specific actions that are added for this campaign are travel. So, it's traveling from one hex to another. So, that's one of your 32 actions. So, if you look at this map, you can travel most of this island pretty quickly. It's not a big island. But like if you wanted to go from one end to the other, it's like what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it'd take a good chunk of your actions, but you can move around this island pretty quickly. Yeah. So that's the travel action. It's one action. If there's a mountain or forests, I might increase the travel actions by one depending on the context of it. Another new action that you get is Reconnoiter, which is once you move to a hex, you can spend an action to basically explore that hex, and I will tell you any locations that are on it. As hopefully you can see on your map right now, there are some icons that I've put on the map to show where some things are. Like there is the docks here where you came. The coins are
just out of
yeah. Go ahead.
curiosity, did you draw these icons yourself? I just need to know.
I did not draw them myself.
I am disappointed.
Yeah, I know. It probably would have been better if I did. I spent way too much time finding icons for this, but I can promise I have unique icons for every type of location on this island. So I did put that effort in, which took longer than you would think. But yeah, so basically reconnoitering a hex to reveal all the contents of it is one or more actions depending on how difficult the terrain is. And that's one of those things where I will tell you when you get. I'm hiding a bunch of icons because I didn't realize they were visible. Oops. But yeah, as I go through and hide icons, you can tell that there were icons in a lot of these hexes. Almost every hex has something in it. Let me just quick check. Yeah, I think every hex has something in it. So there are no dead hexes on this map. So you can move, you can reconnoiter, and then the third unique action in this is engage in a match, which is if you run into another team in a hex, you can challenge them to a match, travel to a suitable location, and have your fight. So, and I think from kind of more in character, Ingdani as you guys are doing your stuff around the temple, getting ready to spend the night there. She tells you there's a lot of interesting stuff on this island besides just the other teams. So you have 3 days to explore the island and do what you want while getting your silver feathers. There are teleportation towers. There are ruins and animal dens. There are,
Just out of curiosity,
yeah,
there was like mention of challenges and things to get what do you call it? The
feathers.
silver feather.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many silver feathers are on the island in total that we could possibly procure? Are we able to maybe get more and eliminate other factions from the tournament because we took more than our share?
So you can't have more than 10 feathers. If you challenge a team and get more than 10 feathers from the win, the enforcers will take any excess feathers if the enforcers set up a custom challenge, which, if the enforcers set up a custom challenge, it'll most likely be. You'll find it out by entering a hex where the enforcers are announcing a custom challenge, or they will make it well known. Like if the enforcers decide overnight that they want a challenge, they will inform Ingdani, and she will tell you in the morning where you need to go and what you need to do for that challenge. So the 10
All
is
right.
it's a
Next,
hard cap.
next silly question. Just say we do get 10 feathers and we go to the next phase of the tournament, and during that tournament we decide to resurrect a party member to use just say one of the feathers. We don't have 10 anymore. Are we disqualified then for resurrecting someone with that
You will
necklace? Or
not have the necklace if you pass qualifying.
oh, okay.
You will turn it in when you. So the point of qualifying, once you have 10 feathers, Ingdani kind of thinks for a moment and says, I don't know if we've actually disclosed what happens, but once you have 10 feathers, hold on to them until the third day. And once the third day dawns, you will know what to do with those 10 feathers to get into the tournament proper.
All right, cool.
So I'm trying not to go too deep on rules, but does all of this kind of make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 32 teams on the island. I think 8 get into the tournament proper. I believe it's either 8 or 16. I can't remember, and I'm not going to look it up right now. But basically, on the third day, the first 8 teams to present their feathers and necklace, as will be revealed on the dawn of the third day. The first chunk of teams will make it. Anybody who doesn't make it and do what is required on the third day will be out of the tournament. I think the only other rules that really matter are if you challenge a team and beat them. So if you run into a team while you're exploring and you challenge them and you beat them, you cannot challenge them again, but they can challenge you. And you can wager during a challenge up to 3 feathers per side. You don't have to wager the same number. Like if you run into a team that has 1 feather and you have 7, they can say, well, we'll take a challenge if you give us 3 feathers and we'll only give you 1. That's up to them.
But we don't have to accept.
You don't have to accept it. Like both sides have to accept the challenge, tell the enforcers, and go to a fighting site. That's what the accept a challenge action is. It kind of covers all of that in the sense of like how to mechanically account for time going on.
But it also works the other way, is we can suggest how many feathers we want to bid, and they can also decline.
Yes, so if you go up against a team that only has 2 feathers and are like, we want 3 feathers, and they'll be like, well, we can't accept that challenge, or another team just doesn't want it. Yeah.
And we won't know how many feathers they have either. So
No.
like,
You can also just talk to them. Like, the negotiation is probably part of that action. So if another team's like, we only have 2 feathers, so we're only willing to fight for 1, so we don't get kicked out. Like, that's not 2 actions in the exploration day.
But then you could say use diplomacy and then go, well, yeah, but I mean, if you're
Yeah.
left with one, what are your odds of really winning anyway? So you might as well
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah. But yeah, so like things that are on this island, just so you guys know, and I'll just say Ingdani tells you this. Yeah, there's interesting creatures. There are ruins. There are a bunch of temples to the local gods of Banmu. Each temple, if you explore it and figure out what you're supposed to do there, you get some sort of bonus. There's some teleportation towers that let you travel around the island really quick. You may notice there are islands.
Is there any more Asian goblins? Because I wouldn't mind a little posse of slaves.
What?
The
No.
little gobbos. The one that's inside our base.
Well, that's not a goblin, so no, there's no Asian goblins.
He's a goblin.
You may want to ask Amatar what Amatar is.
He he described what he was, and I have deemed him now as Mini Gobbo.
Okay, cool. There are docks that let you travel from the islands to islands if you have no other means of traveling. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that's everything I can think of right now. Does anybody have any questions or anything?
So if we commandeer a pirate ship and then start shooting cannonballs at other bases and stuff,
There are no pirate ships.
damn it.
Well, like the good thing about that is like we could technically rain shells from above with my explosives because I can make enough black powder.
You're a mage, aren't you, Hellstrom? Just make one.
We could do
I'll
that
just
because
magic it, but
in theory, as long as we don't get caught and they don't know who's shooting shells from the water, then they won't know, and we just teleport out maybe, and they won't know that we did that.
yeah, that's the ticket. I mean, I'm sure they'll be fooled by a second level spell of invisibility, and it'll be fine.
But yeah, as long as we don't get caught, we can cheat as much as we want.
Oh
Right?
no, it's the Flying Dutchman. What shall we do? Says a bunch of teams that are probably all at least equivalent to level 11.
Have we got a month? Because if we cut down some trees by the water's
We
edge,
don't
I could
have a
probably
month. We
build a
have
boat.
3 days.
You have 3 days
I,
starting at dawn.
I could probably build a boat.
You
Okay,
you could.
so outside of inane questions about building pirate ships, I think I'm going to call it because I'm getting very tired. But I will ask before next session if there's any questions because I'm assuming next session will start with the day dawning and you guys beginning to explore the island. Yeah. So, sorry, a little bit of hex crawl Lyokin, but
No, I didn't mind Hexcrawl.
a lot more contained than our last campaign. Yeah, well, thanks, everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Cool. I will communicate next week. I have to figure out what my family schedule is, but I will hopefully be running next week, so I'll ping everybody Friday or Saturday to figure out.
Probably a day ahead because you messaged at 6 a.m. in the morning today.
Well, yeah, I live in the future, or no, you guys live in the future, and I live in the past because I live in America. And I just forgot to message because life has been insane the last 3 weeks.
6:29 a.m. game night. We got Larkin. Who else? I'm like, I only woke up like at 8:18.
It's 12:15 in the morning for me, so there you go. Because East Coast America. Okay, cool. Thank you all. I'm going to go